how to handle HTTP error like 40, 400, 401, all this type of error, HTTP error inside the interceptor. So if we go to my code, what I have done, like I have created three files, like one is HTTP error interceptor class, error interceptor, one is error handler services, and the other is which I have importing that HTTP error inside this app.module. Okay, inside the providers. So if you go to if you see, like what I have done, I have imported that services. You see this error handler services which I have created. I have created that. I have just imported here. I'm just injecting that particular services here, and if there is any error, like what I'm doing, if there is any error, then I'm just calling that services and providing that error, that particular error object, okay, which is coming through this HTTP error interceptor. So I am just giving this particular error object. Now once you go to this particular service which I have created, you can see what I have done. I have written like a switch case statement. For example, by switch case statement, I want to just go through like if it is a because I will get that status code inside that particular error object, error dot status, and then I can handle those errors smoothly inside the code using the switch class. So if you see that I just, if it is not find like HTTP constant error, then what I'm called, just I'm dialog, I'm just displaying the dialog box here, and just the message which is coming from the error object which I am displaying. And if you see that if there is any server error, like just if it is any server error, then what I'm doing, just I'm not displaying anything, but because maybe due to some security reason, but else I'm just in else part, if it is something error, then I'm displaying some dialog box, I'm displaying the data, some custom message. Basically, usually we don't display the server error to the end user for security purpose. So if it is something fair, there are, we can, in this way we can create a number of like statement, like all this. I have just created 3 and 4, but you can take your time and write all this thing here inside the switch case. So whatever the error, it will display. So in this way, like we have just created this status error handler services, which is like reusable services which we can just be writing at one place and using it inside the HTTP interceptor to handle all those kind of error which I told you, like all this type called error, which 40401. So all this type of error we can handle simply inside the HTTP through the interceptor. And one more thing, like once you have done with that, then what you have to also import, like you have to import this particular interceptor inside this app.module, and I have just provided this thing inside this thing. Okay, this you see the HTTP error interceptor. So I have just imported that inside this provider section metadata, and this is the HTTP interceptor which I have imported here. So in this way you can handle like any error like HTTP error at the top level, that is inside the interceptor, to handle those error, HTTP error. So that's all for now. So thanks for joining.